the ground, the Fijian. Kebalo, oh, butterfingers there out of the hands of Dotty. You've got to be careful. He's not. Ramos in the corner.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Jack.
And I'm Tracy Pat. Join me later in the Bulletin for Sports.
In this edition, PNG challenged in 200 billion kina economy target, new aircrafts for PNGDF, and Martin's 17th appearance as Kumul 262. Prime Minister James Marape has urged the Bank of Papua New Guinea to be a pivotal player in the creation of a 200 billion kina economy that will help define the future of Papua New Guinea. The Prime Minister's remarks came during his participation in the grand 50th anniversary celebration of BPNG in Port Moresby on Wednesday.
Commending the dedication and contributions of all the governors of Bank of PNG and its staff, Prime Minister James Marape acknowledged the institution's journey, which has brought it to this significant milestone in the nation's financial history. Reflecting on the historical journey, the Prime Minister noted when Bank of PNG opened its doors on November 1st, 1973, Papua New Guinea's economy was valued at under 5 billion kina. Today, we boast significantly greater liquidity. Marape further added that in 2019, when he assumed the role of Prime Minister, our economy was below 80 billion kina. Presently, it has exceeded 113 billion kina, as confirmed by esteemed international bodies like the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and Asian Development Bank. However, he said the needs of our people far surpass the current economic status. The Prime Minister also emphasized the critical sectors that will drive the country's economy for the next 30 years, including the Porgera mine, Papua LNG, Pasca LNG, Pinyang LNG, and Wafi Golpu mine. He also highlighted the pivotal role of downstream processing projects in shaping the nation's economic future. He said once we reach this 200 billion kina milestone, our budgetary plans will be marked by sustainability. Therefore, expects BPNG to assist the government in this endeavor. The Prime Minister also called on BPNG to ensure that its monetary policies align closely with the government's fiscal policies to promote robust economic growth. He challenged BPNG and its dedicated staff to replicate the achievements of the past 50 years in just 10 years, emphasizing their pivotal role in driving progress. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The East New Britain Provincial Health Authority for the first time has come on board to support the annual Eye Operation Outreach Program that is facilitated by the Callan Services in the province. Dame Sandra Lau is the program's main sponsor since the ENB outreach began in 2010. The program is conducted by the Eastern Highlands PHA's Eye Clinic Unit and its Goroka-based NGO partner, the Christopher Blind Mission. CBM Officer Joanne Kaupas said the program is usually held in July every year, but this year issues with consumables were unavailable and so the outreach was deferred to October. The eye operation program took 4 days. 76 patients were operated on in 3 main areas of cataract: growth on the eye and evisceration, or the removal of one eye. Majority had cataract, a few had growths in the eye, and 1 patient had 1 eye removed. The 8-member outreach team included 2 eye specialists of ophthalmologists, Dr. Linda Lepp and Dr. Peter Slager. Committed to his words to help the communities in Kutubu and Mount Bosavi, Kutubu local level government president John P.P. Kila presented sawmills to local churches to mill timber and build proper houses for the clergy, as well as classrooms for local schools. Remote Orokana community in Kutubu LLG Ward 4 is one community helping itself in this space with the support of the local level government.
Assisting churches to build their infrastructure like houses for the clergy is a priority for the Kutubu local level government as it continues to assist remote communities in Kutubu and Mount Bosavi. Currently in Orokana village in Ward 4 area, youths are milling timbers to build pastor's house for the Seventh-day Adventist Church. After that, they will proceed with milling timbers for the Foursquare Church pastor's house, followed by the Evangelical Lutheran Church. SDA Church Pastor Simon commended the government for its support and the community's positive response in assisting with milling and construction.
Good experience to look President Long, Kutubu, LLG, Chalpidi. These are named you, but no action for you now. You could really know you are looking. You got the president is the some of the districts around Loen. You got the members of staff, you got the governors of staff. But all the staff put him on this and committee. Some of them are giving on the other side program about how he's feeling. Then the most in the middle of the time. But the first of his time, no life for me looking. John P.P. you saw him this la President Long. Kutubu you saw him this la Rupa Fikam Long. What for Mary Council and Mary? You respect the name, respect the committee. You give this la mercy to come here and a first class time track. We pass them as every miss and what was clean this and the trees of this class. All the sound come with me. The only go was some 70 hours. This week long. Kutubu and then talk about some years so. People are talking fast. What I was saying, the middle of Tangle and ECPNC, Post Korea, now all Catholic. What's that? You stop in Jello here, middle of Tangle, you black too, or you like you now, my boss was church with the Tangle of John TV. You believe also, it's like a leadership. No word only panim, no country only panim. You group like give leader. All the give love is a football, is leader, the ball is a place. We look seven on you.
LLG President John P.P. Kila said the LLG has provided outboard dinghies to communities living along Lake Kutubu to ease transport challenges to access essential services like hospitals. Mr. Kila said the effort continues for his people. He hopes Kutubu LLG can set an example for other LLGs in the district and Southern Islands province as well. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The Madang governor's officers visited locals in the Yawa LLG to conduct awarenesses on current issues within affecting the province. Executive Officer Ricky Mombi and Project Coordinator Sam Uyagaum spent time with the people of Yabu on Manam Island who now reside in the Potsdam Care Center in Mambuan village in Yawa LLG, Bogia district. The issues of the provincial government and administration highlighted and discussed to the people were the Madang governor's election petitions, administrative matters and eviction and related risks to the indigenous people of Madang. According to the officers, it was imperative that they carried out this awareness as most of the time villagers in rural areas do not have the luxury of accessing information. They also don't have the opportunity to call into the office of the governor to seek information. Hence, second-hand information they receive is either wrong or misleading. The awareness included an update on pending projects, much of which are stalled due to administration issues. Australia and Papua New Guinea have marked another milestone in their growing defense aviation relationship with a handover of 2 new PAC-750 light transport aircraft to the Papua New Guinea Defence Force in Port Moresby today. Australia Assistant Minister for Defence Matt Thistlethwaite joined PNG Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso to formally hand over the aircraft. Rosso said the aircrafts will set the foundation for the PNGDF in responding to national security matters in the country.
To thank the Australian government for its commitment to fund the refurbishment of the air transport hangar. This is a significant investment into building PNGDF's sovereign air capability. This is a significant contribution by Australia towards ensuring peace, security and stability within our region.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Enjoying life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hiding, talk, young or old, a scale family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite of mine. Tennessee cola, scale rice, don't scale price. Tennessee cola, scale rice, don't scale price. Amber, you like it?
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, da moo moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hi, I'm Darren Robertson, an expat pom, chef and part owner of the Three Blue Ducks in the Sydney beachside suburb of Bronte. A few years ago, I started thinking about making a shift towards more sustainable cooking, but I've become fascinated with cooking over simple fire or hot coals. I just want to see how far I can push that theory and what these simple elements can help me create.
So welcome to my charcoal kitchen. Let's light the fires, stoke the coals and get cooking.
Is in the ring on SmackDown.
You're looking at the judge, the jury, and the executioner right now.
Down on the ground, the Fijian. Kebalo, oh, Butterfingers there out of the hands of Dante. You've got to be careful. He's up. Ramos in the corner.
Welcome back. The Royal PNG Constabulary has appointed Senior Inspector Robert Baim as the new Provincial Police Commander for Madang Province. A minute titled Immediate Transfer of Commissioned Officers was signed, stamped and issued by the Office of the Commissioner of Police dated Monday the 30th of October 2023. Madang now awaits the arrival of Senior Inspector Baim. The minute has directed that the takeover of the PPC post for Madang be completed before 14th of November 2023, when Senior Inspector Baim is to take up the command and start the restoration exercise.
With much talk of a lack of command and control of the Medan police force, Governor Ramsey Pariwa was happy the police hierarchy has appointed a new provincial police commander. He is Senior Inspector Robert Baim. His appointment was made known in a minute dated Monday, October 30, 2023, issued by the Office of the Commissioner of Police. Top Cop David Manning said the takeover must be done quickly so that PPC Baim can take up the command by November 14, 2023.
We have a new PPC coming in following this escalation of law and order problem recently.
The minute also directed for the immediate transfer of other commissioned officers as well. Superintendent David Sene, current PPC Medan, will transfer to Divisional Force Quartermaster Gordons. Senior Inspector Robert Baim is new PPC for Medan, and Chief Inspector Joyce Angoro transfers from ex-Divisional Force Quartermaster Gordons to Bomana Center of Excellence. Commissioner Menin advised these commissioned officers of the changes and appointments, and they are to take up their new post immediately. Menin states this move has been made to strengthen leadership and accountability in the various command.
It has been resolved by the Madang Provincial Executive Council that cheap alcohol will be banned in shops starting this month. This move is aimed at reviving community policing in an effort to curb law and order issues in Madang. Madang Governor and Chairman of the Provincial Executive Council, Ramsey Pariwa, said it has come to the attention of the PEC that cheap alcohol is accessible to youth, school-aged children. This is contributing to law and order issues like underage drinking and illegal activities like petty crimes. The PEC also considered that banning cheap alcohol products will give rise to homebrew. Governor Pariwa said with the implementation of the ban on cheap alcohol, community policing efforts can be strengthened.
And if we can control law and order from the community level, I think we can control law and order in the province.
Pariwa said the PEC has put forward an action plan for endorsement. The plan includes establishing 10 community peace officers in all wards to take lead in community policing efforts. This program will be funded by the PEC. The governor said his government is also looking into economic investment opportunities, especially in the agriculture sector, to address youth unemployment challenges. Already the government has made a commitment of 5 million kina to the National Development Bank to support Madang SMEs. Pariwa is now calling on all men, women and youth in the province to tap into opportunities available to them or with the government and participate in the hopes of creating resilient communities through self-employment. The foreign exchange market inflows fell 16% from BSP's Q2 2023 to 6 billion kina, with almost 18% of FX inflows coming from Bank of Papua New Guinea. According to BSP's Q3 2023 Pacific Economic and Market Insights report, FX inflows have risen 19% to 18.7 billion kina due to a 79% year-on-year increase in BPNG FX intervention. BPNG has supplied 20%, that's 3.8 billion kina, of PNG's FX inflows this year. BSP Group General Manager Treasury Rohan George noted that despite increased BPNG intervention, the FX market continues to miss Pogara's FX in contribution. The kina mid-rate continued its gradual orderly decline in Q3, falling by 2.5% to 0.2730 and is expected to decline further by approximately 0.9% per month or 10.8% per annum. George is expecting continued flat trading conditions and potentially a larger than normal central bank FX intervention to reduce FX execution waiting times. FX customers are encouraged to place orders early with correct documentation to avoid any unwanted delays. And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2695 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2620, $0.4063 Australian dollars, €0.2403 euro, and 39.17 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, copper, palm oil, and crude oil closed higher, while coffee, cocoa, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. This is TVWAN News. Stay tuned. We'll have news from abroad when we return.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Here's the hammer! What a ball! What a try! At least he's got a double! He's come off the bench and scored 2 tries in the first half! Kicked by Hughes, comes down right where it needs to, and a great leap and put down by Ronaldo Mulatalo.
It takes a lot to be a rodeo kid. Some people let nerves get to them, some people don't.
She don't take losing very well.
It does make a mama nervous.
It's gonna happen. You just don't know when or how bad it's gonna be.
It's good in the rodeo industry to have a very short memory.
Kid Rodeo, a brand new series coming soon on Outdoor.
Gets it wide, lovely hands! Into the clever kick! Chasing up there, it is Ashton! Did he get there? Big bend! What a bend that was! And here's the space now! That kick's got to ground! Brazil's going to get onto this! Brazil's got support with him! And there's a bursting run there! Oh, it's come loose! Brazil! He's got support! Out the back, Duarte floating wide, and that's a brilliant try!
Thanks for staying with us. UNICEF is increasingly concerned for children's well-being in the upcoming cyclone season. Following the recent out-of-season tropical cyclone Lola, many children have already experienced 3 Category 4 cyclones in 2023 and 4 severe cyclones, including a Category 5 in 3 years. Current predictions suggest from 8 to 14 cyclones would be on their way across the Pacific countries, 4 to 6 of which are expected to reach Vanuatu. In the immediate aftermath of Tropical Cyclone Lola, UNICEF says it is essential that quick response must reach the most vulnerable. While UNICEF Pacific and our partners are actively collaborating with governments to provide support, the situation in Vanuatu is particularly challenging due to the very remote location of many affected communities. 2 emergency warnings have been issued for separate fires southwest of Cairns. Residents near Jumna Dam and Inot Hot Springs are advised to leave immediately as lives could be at risk. In the south, dozens of Victorian firefighters have arrived to help weary crews.
Queensland firefighters have been waiting for. Help has arrived in the form of 50 volunteer firefighters and 20 support staff from Victoria here on Queensland's Southern Downs. Those crews are now heading out to a fire at Darwin, just south of Warwick. That blaze is dynamic and fast moving. They'll bring a much needed reprieve for Queensland crews on the ground who are battle weary and exhausted. Many of them have been fighting fires for several days. It was quite an emotional scene watching these crews arrive here today. Some of them were only given 24 hours notice, but they say they didn't hesitate to pack up their bags and hit the road to help out their brothers in need.
We look after each other. End of the day, we go home and make sure, ring our partners and that, make sure they're all safe and they're happy.
People don't realise, you're out on a fire ground, you see some pretty nasty stuff, and you see us joke around it, but that's our release.
Now, fires in this region have burned through around 20,000 hectares of land. Some homes have been destroyed at Wollongara near the New South Wales border, but crews are focusing their efforts on that blaze at Darwin that I just mentioned earlier. Authorities say they need at least 50 millimetres of rain here to make a real difference. There is rain on the forecast, so it's very much a wait and see game. But the word on the ground is it's going to be a very long and dry summer ahead.
For women living with disabilities, finding a job is hard, with statistics showing they have some of the highest rates of unemployment in the country. That includes the healthcare workforce, which is crying out for more staff. A push is on to recruit more women with disabilities into the sector, focusing on their lived experience as a valuable tool.
I love working with Vision Australia. Here, her physical disability is viewed as an asset.
People often perceive it as lying if you tell them later, even if actually what you've been waiting for is safety and the assurance that it won't be held against you.
It's just one of the many barriers women with disabilities will face when trying to enter the workforce.
The rate of employment for women with disabilities is much lower than for the population of women in general, and certainly for the population of people in general.
According to census data, 2/3 of Australia's 327,000 healthcare professionals are female, but only 660 of those women have a disability. That's just 0.2% of the workforce. It seems a match made in heaven. Women with disabilities need these helps, and health and social service organisations are crying out for staff.
Our system is still often understaffed and overly stretched, and that is concerning in terms of what services people can actually receive.
The Victorian government is stepping in to play matchmaker, with a program designed to get more women with disabilities into the healthcare workforce.
The program will involve identifying firstly with employers some of the barriers that they see as preventing the employment of women with disabilities in their organisations.
The reason women like Annabelle are so valued in the health and social services sector is simple. They have lived experience, a crucial tool in helping those who need it most.
By bringing on disabled women or disabled people into the workforce, we can address those issues because we have the understanding of what those barriers are.
And women with disabilities are building a reputation as valuable employees.
We're often highly motivated by the fact that we've been underestimated, often for most of our lives. So as employees, we value the opportunity we've been given.
A perfect match.
There are electric homes, electric cars, but what about electric guide dogs? A Queensland University student with vision impairment says robotic assistant animals are our future, and he wants to become the first person in the world to make it happen.
Meet Spot.
Spot is a robot that was designed to work in the oil industry, gas industry, basically to send to places where you wouldn't want to send a human.
Now that technology is headed in a new direction, with students modifying it to become a robo-guide dog. They've got some work ahead of them though. So far, controlling Spot has been
pretty bad.
A guide dog user himself, Santiago Velasquez, is drawing on his lived experience to fine-tune its performance.
He's very good in terms of walking straight, but when he turns, because he's rigid, he is very jerky.
This is only the first step in providing choice and accessibility for people with vision impairment.
There are people that want the benefits of a guide dog, but don't want to look after an animal.
It's going to take probably 15 to 20 years before a robot like Spot here could be used as a guide dog.
Perfecting the capabilities of robots only needs to be done once, avoiding 2 years of training every dog. But Guide Dogs Queensland says the technology will always have limitations.
Nothing will beat the companionship and the intuition of the dog, for them to be able to forward think, see ahead, make the early movements to guide someone safely.
More than 60 puppies are bred here every year, and about 40% have the right qualities to become guide dogs. Training them costs more than $50,000 per dog. The QUT team will keep working on Spot, including giving it a head. But useful as the technology may become, it will never love you back.
Back home, it was a joyous day for the people of Takain too, as they celebrated the opening of their resource center of Yadigam, village of Sumgilba, LLG Medang province. Member for Sumka Alex Ome Suguman officially opened the resource center, which is named Yadadika. Coinciding with the opening of the resource center was a 2-day MSME mini expo hosted by local civil society organization Gildi Pasi Agriculture. These two events were made possible through a partnership with Gildi Pasi and USAID Lookout Team Ground Program.
A resource center has been opened for the people of Takain too in the Sumkar local level government of Medang province. It is named Yadadika and stands in Yadagam village. The infrastructure launch and an SME mini expo was organized by local CSO Gildi Pasi Agriculture and USAID Lookout Team Ground Program. LGP is a 5-year biodiversity conservation program that has a cohort of implementing partners across 5 targeted provinces: Medang, Morobe, Eastern Highlands, Chimbu, and Jiwaka. LGP also works in partnership with all levels of government, private sectors and NGOs with the focus on promoting conservation of PNG's rich biodiversity and reduce significant threats within the targeted provinces by supporting communities to better manage their customary land and waters. Also embedded in the LGP is the Women Economic Empowerment Program, which aims to enable women grow the economy by enhancing opportunities for them to participate and contribute meaningfully and equitably as individuals and as a group. When facilitating the event, Michael Bro, CEO Sumkara District Office, congratulated the people of Takain too and especially Gildi Pasi for making this a reality. He encouraged members of the CSO to send in proposals into the members' office for funding support for programs which need to be run in the resource center.
Bamibla growing economy, first time by this country and by come a big plan, a strong plan. Ron blow money, come good. Ron blow salimul kaikai blame go out, come good. And by this country be not move forward. Tamibla participate in this kind of program or this economic events where we promoting business activity. Now and by me looking also. Kapan lumi participate na come inside one them. Now all development partners to me also my USA them start finish one them now.
Provincial Commerce Assistant Director, Tourism Sector, Honiel Bebi, urged villagers to venture into SME and to seek the office for advice on various programs they may have on charity on how best to grow their enterprise. Trace Sipa, TV1 News.
The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary Sector Patrol Unit and Garo Police Station received office furniture from Theodist Limited on Wednesday. The donation reflects Theodist's effort in supporting law enforcement agencies.
Furniture worth 10,000 kina supplied by Theodist Limited to the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary Sector Patrol Unit and Garo Police Station was donated based on the need of the police stations. Theodist CEO Kumar Balia said the company prides itself in extending support to the police agencies to help them perform their duties effectively.
Part of our community support to try and ensure the police can have some of the resources that they will require. I'm sure they need a lot more resources than this, but we do what we can.
Garo Police Station Commander Enson Tukali said the station was in dire need of upgrading its furniture and this donation came at the right time.
Desperately need those things to sit properly and do our work. It's not the first time we've witnessed that there has been helping other people that they really desperately need those assistance. And we as a police station in Garo, we are really happy.
Theodist has a long history of supporting the local community in addition to this donation of office furniture. The company also supports a number of other community initiatives, including donations to schools and supporting local charities. Trace Sipa, TV1 News.
And that ends the main news. Over to you, Tracy.
Thanks, Jasmine. We'll have sports news after the break. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Must give him poison love.
It's lights out and away we go.
Perfect getaway for both Mercedes, and they could take the speed through the first few corners.
Daniel Ricciardo makes contact there. The Mercedes of Hamilton and the Red Bull of Verstappen make contact. So who's going to get away? Wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Logan Court, he leaves and it's taken, but in the end, it's safe. But Van Beek wanted it initially.
And the decision it's a brave decision from Ehsan Raza.
Scores them for fun, the South Sydney superstar. They worked it out this time, and finally, Micah Sevo goes back-to-back in a hurry. The speedster, here's his moment. You won't catch him. Shut the gates. Gunny, Gunny.
Welcome back. City Pharmacy Group of Companies Limited donated 500 health kits to support Team PNG in their participation in the 2023 Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands. Valued at over 20,000 kina, these kits contain essential health items. The donation was made by CPL's head of pharmacy, Pradip Panda, and received by Fayazina Lalo, her PNG Olympic Committee board member and Team PNG chief de mission. Athletic representative expressed their gratitude, emphasizing the importance of health and hygiene in their preparation for the international sporting event.
Final steps. 18 days out from the opening ceremony. So, and now it's about things like this, getting the hygiene kits and you know, preparing our cargo for travel, uniforms, last purchases of merchandise, the final details of preparation. But otherwise, I think the team is set. The guarantee I gave to the other panel of media panel was that, you know, all athletes aim to give their very best, and that best is, you know, medaling in the sports they compete in.
Rich Martin will become the first capped Commonwealth player when he marks his 17th appearance this Sunday against the Fiji Bati in the Pacific Championships Bowls final at the Santos National Football Stadium. Martin made this debut for the Commonwealth back in 2014 against Tonga in Lae.
Sunday's Pacific Championships Bowl final between PNG and Fiji would be a momentous occasion for Commonwealth 262 Rich Martin when he runs out in the red, black and gold for his 7th Test match, making him the most capped Commonwealth player ever. At 30 years of age, Martin is relishing the call-up back to represent his country with pride, especially playing his 17th Test match, which is very special.
I was, you know, one overseas player in that game, and then, you know, it's just a proud moment to see where the Commonwealths were and where we are now. So, yeah, for me, it's a good personal achievement, but I'm just happy that I'm still capable to play and make this team. So, yeah, I'm just proud of that.
Coming back to the Commonwealth camp last week and catching up with former Commonwealth teammates in Paul Ayton and John Wilshire as part of the coaching staff is great for the young squad coming through.
It's great to have them in part of the Commonwealth team now. Still, you know, the experience that they have and what they, you know, put the platform that they put down for us to get to where we are. You know, I hold a lot of respect for those guys, and you know, I got to play with Paulie, but I didn't get to play with Johnny, and that would have been nice. That's what I said to him the other day.
On the Commonwealth's approach to this Sunday's final match against Fiji, Martin said the Commonwealths have regrouped and trained hard this week.
Yeah, definitely. You know, last week wasn't us. I think Commonwealths haven't played like that for a very long time, and a bit of a wake-up call for us. You know, we can't take them too easy. You know, we've had the better of them for the last 2 or 3 games, and you know, what they did to us last weekend, especially here at home, wasn't good enough. And you know, for our fans and all our supporters, we need to turn up this week and put our best performance on the field.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Former Queensland North Devils utility forward and Castleford Tigers recruit in the Super League Liam Horn is ready to make his 3rd Test appearance for the PNG Commonwealth this Sunday when the two Melanesian rivals challenge for the Bulls in the Pacific Championships final. Horn made his debut off the bench for the Commonwealth last year when PNG beat Fiji 24-14 in the Pacific Cup in Campbelltown, Sydney.
Born in PNG and raised in Australia, 22-year-old Liam Horn is ready to put his body on the line for his native country this Sunday after he was named on the Commonwealth bench alongside Nixon Put and Junior Robb. Horn said donning the Commonwealth jersey for the first time last year was a dream come true. He is grateful to be back in camp with the boys for the Pacific Championships.
No, it's been awesome. You look forward to this part of the year, coming back to PNG and being with your boys and seeing family, and it's always a good week. So it's good to be home.
Horn is confident the Comoros will turn up on Saturday with a lot more passion and energy, adding they need to match or stop the big Fijian pack through the middle and set a platform for the team.
We had a bit of a wake-up call last week. So this week, we've trained really hard and we've had some good training sessions, and the boys are confident and we're looking really well. So it's going to be a good game on Sunday, and can't wait to play.
While praising Edwin Ipape and Judah Rimbo for their great service at dummy half, Horn said he can play multiple positions and is ready to step up wherever coach wants him to play.
It's going to be a good matchup against Big Tui there, and they got a good forward pack. So our boys just got to match it and go through the middle because they got a good outside back. So I think where we've got to get them is through the middle, and we've got some big bodies in our team, strong bodies, quick hookers, Edwin and Judah there. So I'll come on wherever they need me, whether it's in hooker or in lock or wherever. So I'll just do my part wherever they need me.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
A calf injury to Fiji Bati first choice centre and Penrith Panthers NRL Rookie of the Year Sunia Turuva post Crooks match last week as forced specialist winger Michele Rawalawa to remain at centre this week. Rawalawa first played in the centre for Fiji in the 2022 Rugby League World Cup against Labion.
Dragons wrecking ball and makeshift Fiji Bati centre Michele Rawalawa will be put to the test again this Sunday, playing in an unfamiliar position he only once played at last year's Rugby League World Cup against Lebanon. Rawalawa admitted he's never played centre at a club level, but ready to put his hand up for his country.
Not really. I played once test match at centre against Lebanon, so that was hard. I prefer to stay on the wing, and I don't mind playing centre. It was really good experience, and fitness was way up and back, so it was good.
The hulky Fijian winger, while not giving too much away about his team's preparation for Sunday's big showdown, said they have maintained their normal training routine with no drama.
We got a injury at the moment. Turvas got injured, so they pushed me in the center and give a chance to the young bloke. So it's good. Good to have him, and the boys are really comfortable at everything. Just one thing, we just have to put God first and work it out. So
Rawalawa said representing his country means a lot to his family and people back home. He also paid tribute to his uncle, who had a lot of influence in his rugby league journey while playing rugby union.
It means a lot to me, especially for my family back home, and it's pretty much play for my country it's like as a young kid growing up to represent the country is it's good. Uncle, he played union, he played sevens, so that's I always follow his footsteps, and
Played a bit of sevens as well?
He played sevens, so I started at sevens, so now I can't go back to sevens because I'm really heavy.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The fate of his people will be fairly hedged in his mind as 27-year-old Carteret Highlander Teodus Katua makes his professional boxing debut in Nadi, Fiji, Sunday. Katua, who turns 27 on this momentous day, is being pitched into the tough profession of boxing arena by Bougainville Envoy for Climate Change, Peter Sermalili Jr., in collaboration with sports administrator and longtime media professionality Martin Leary, who is managing the former top PNG and Metro.
According to the regional PM for the autonomous region of Bougainville, Peter Sermalili Jr., 27-year-old Cataract Islander Thaddeus Katua is a young man with a lot of potential in the sport of boxing. His talent was brought to the fore during his illustrious amateur boxing career, winning gold at the Pacific Games in 2015 and a gold medal at the 2015 Youth Commonwealth Games. Samalili said it wasn't a hard decision to make to support the young man when he decided to turn professional. The regional MP for Bougainville is confident Katua will not let his people down when he flies the flags of PNG and his homeland in his debut on Saturday. He said in his former employment as the executive director for PNG Sports Foundation, they took Katua to the Philippines in 2017 and met with world boxing icon Manny Pacquiao with plans to have Katua transition into professional boxing. But a number of circumstances, including Samalili pursuing a political career, delayed those plans. Katua is fighting at the invitation of Fiji's Tuwai Boxing Promotions, who knows PNG is new in the professional boxing space, and trying to find appropriate events on the international scene is not always easy. Katua, who fought in the 2016 Rio Olympics and 2018 Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia, is looking forward to his first professional fight and very thankful to everybody who has supported him in his boxing career over the years. Craig Kaviagu, TV1 Sports.
NRL stars Jack Whiton and Latrell Mitchell have spoken outside a camera court, thanking those who supported them over the past 10 months after all charges against the pair were dismissed. Both Whiton and Mitchell were charged with fighting in public place, with Whiton also charged with ignoring an exclusion order and Mitchell charged with affray and resisting police. But today these charges were dismissed after the police case collapsed. The players, who are cousins, embraced each other when Magistrate Jan Campbell dismissed the case in the Hacked Magistrates Court. 16 million Australian play sports, but many codes are facing a big problem: referee shortages. Referees say it can be hard to attract young people to the job because of the abuse they often receive from spectators, players and coaches.
I'm happy to admit that I have shown a bit of frustration towards umpires in the past and perhaps let my emotions kind of spill over, I guess. Happy to admit that. But what umpires are saying, and particularly young umpires are saying, is that this abuse is kind of getting out of hand, and it's been on the rise over the last few years. And it's not just abuse from players, it's from spectators, it's from coaches as well, people on the sidelines, parents. And what they're saying is that it's really kind of detrimental to their burgeoning referee careers. And not only that, it's impacting their mental health, and a lot of young referees aren't sticking around, and that's leading to umpire shortages. For this story, I chatted to a couple of young umpires and just talked a little bit about their experience. So let's take a look.
I've seen people that have started, especially younger, and then after a few games, or even, well, maybe the year's ended, and they've gone, I don't really want to umpire anymore because we just get yelled at every week, like people don't respect us, it's hard to do it. It definitely is hard to do it.
I've definitely seen people take extended breaks and just step away for a little while because, like, mentally they can't do it anymore.
For me, it's pretty easy to identify when I'm on the field, still at the moment being the only girl field umpire in the AFL, and so people will say, oh, that was the girl that maybe made that mistake.
Referees have different colour shirts or different types of uniforms that they're wearing to try and distinguish that they're still learning and coming through, and maybe take it a little bit easier on these guys.
These people umpiring are just humans. Of course they're going to make mistakes. They're not going to be right on the ball every time, and if the spectators are thinking that they would be right making their decisions all the time as an umpire, then they are wrong.
Certainly in footy, we've seen campaigns like a season of respect, and that's in rugby as well, where, making sure you are respecting the umpires, but also specific to rounds. So silent rounds in footy, where you're not allowed to really talk back to umpires. Also sit-down rounds, and that one's more for spectators, making sure they don't get up out of their seat and get emotional and that sort of thing. In Victoria recently, basketball umpires who are under 18 have been given green whistles to kind of identify that they are under 18, they're still learning, give them a go. But I think the biggest thing from talking to all of the young refs within the story, it was just remembering that they're humans. You know, when I play basketball, I don't make all of my shots. Referees don't call it 100% of the time. So just remember that they're humans, show some respect, and it's going to go a long way to retaining refs and fixing the shortage.
And that's it for sports. Over to you, Jasmine.
Thanks, Tracy. And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Regional weather. Southern, isolated showers becoming scattered over Milne Bay province. Port Moresby mostly cloudy with possible showers, drizzles. Mombasa, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae, cloudy periods with few showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Kokopo, Rabaul, partly cloudy with some showers. Highlands, scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. Mount Hagen, Goroka, Pundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy with occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rather rough with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots reaching 25 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border, Sudaro to Kiwai Islands, Kerama, Yule Island, Put Point to Samarai Islands, Cape Vogel and eastern and western Milne Bay Islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 meters over warning areas. And that ends TVWAN News. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.